Alright, so this morning I woke up and I got a few DMs on Twitter telling me to check out this Rosanna Pansino situation. In case you guys don't know, Rosanna Pansino is a YouTuber with like 14 million subscribers. She's been on the platform forever. I was never a fan of that content. I mainly know of her and I've seen her videos because of my sister. As for MrBeast, I've been watching MrBeast for many years now. His newest content really isn't hitting, to be completely honest with you guys. But regardless of that, I think MrBeast does more good than bad, and I think he's a great content creator. Once again, I know he's doing great things for people out there, helping people who need it the most. You know, so that's something that you could never discredit him for, no matter what you think. The accusations against him seem to be pretty serious. As the time of me recording this video, MrBeast hasn't responded to anything. So last night, Rosanna Pansino said this about MrBeast and one of the videos she was part of. I have been allowing others to treat me poorly in private for many years, and I am fed up. I'm going to start standing up for myself and finding my voice. Now, I completely agree with this. From what I've seen of her, she seems like a really kind person, very wholesome, if you will. But at the same time, MrBeast does the same, you know? So can you really trust anyone at that point? Just saying. I want to be as fair as I possibly can. I'm all for standing up for yourself. If you feel like you've been pushed around, stepped on, you know, that's completely awesome, and I hope more people do that. But when she says, I'm going to start standing up for myself and finding my voice, that's great and all, but you have 14 million subscribers. It's not like you don't have any platform to stand on. MrBeast lied and edited me out of the top 3 in Creator Games 3. Says, I have participated in Creator Games 1 and 2 and was excited to be part of YouTube's Creator Games 3, hide and seek at the SoFi Stadium in LA, if I'm not mistaken. After filming that rap, I truly couldn't believe how well I did in that competition and was proud of what I achieved. I had placed 3rd place. When the video was released, I was shocked, disappointed, and felt hurt. MrBeast, Jimmy, had edited the video to make me look like I performed worse than I did. This was extra upsetting because I genuinely believe all of his videos were real. He edited the video to look like the final 3 people were Larray, Logan Paul, the scammer, and Sag King. The final 3 people were actually Sag, Quackity, and myself. But if this does turn out to be real, and like, who's in charge of editing? Is it MrBeast? Is it a company? And this is an issue that I have with MrBeast videos, especially, you know, the newest ones. Maybe little kids like it. It's a whole ADHD editing. You just constantly throw shit on top of shit, funny text, funny sound effect, funny video, funny relatable gif. It's like the ADHD editing just to keep the little kids engaged. Like, I fucking despise that shit. It looks so fucking bad. It's just constant go, and I get it. It's for retention time. I completely understand that, and you know, he's really successful, over 200 million subscribers. I get it. Doesn't give you time to enjoy where you are, the $1 billion house. And I've seen a lot of people mad on Twitter if you defend MrBeast, if you're like, he's not that bad. How can you know if you don't even know him? Well, you can say the same thing about Rosanna. Like, do you personally know her? If you guys watch MrBeast, if it turns out that all of his videos are faked, would you still watch them? Would you still enjoy them? You know, I don't think he's a horrible, disgusting person that should be crucified. And once again, we still haven't heard from MrBeast, so people jumping to the conclusion already that MrBeast is, you know, the next Hitler. You know, that's pretty extreme in my opinion. People gotta chill out and wait for the other side. People just can't be going with one side and then run with that. Not only in this situation, but that's something that should be kept in mind at any expose or drama situation. Always wait for the other side of the story. For the entire duration of the filming, we wore earpieces connected to walkie-talkies. They would announce in our ears when someone has been found or when we had to move hiding spots. If we didn't move, you were immediately disqualified. While I was hiding, they announced that they found Logan Paul. I couldn't believe I outlasted him. He's a fierce competitor. It was really sorry, I don't know why that's so funny. It was getting really late. We filmed for over 24 hours straight. They eventually offered me money to come out of the hiding spot and quit. I declined. I had been counting the eliminations and I was currently in 4th place with Larry, Quackity, and Sag, and myself still remaining. Jimmy asked us to move hiding spots again, the side of the stadium with the mannequins. It was at this time that I was found in transition, moving into my next hiding spot. When Jimmy found me, he brought me to the field to be with the others that were also disqualified. I thought I had placed 4th. However, Larry had fallen asleep and he hadn't moved in a long time, so he was disqualified. This meant I got 3rd place. When I arrived to the field, I saw MatPat and Logan there because they were seekers now. Jimmy said he was going to look for Sag and asked if anyone wanted to join him. I offered to help, but he said he wanted to take a Logan instead, so I hung back to start looking for Sag in a different direction with MatPat. I placed 3rd, Quackity placed 2nd, and Sag placed 1st. That's what actually happened. Despite Jimmy editing out the only female on the top 3, I was proud of what I achieved. And this is where I'm like, what the fuck do you mean by only female? The amount of Twitter people that I've seen call MrBeast a woman hater, he does not want women to win. I'm like, that's not relevant at all. I doubt MrBeast cares if you have a pussy or a dick. I don't think that's relevant at all. I was cool with all of this at first, but the second you bring on, oh, it's only because I'm a woman that I got disqualified. In my opinion, it was good into the whole, I got kicked out because I'm a woman, because I was the only female. That's such a crazy thing to say, especially in 2023, and with how fucking inclusive the MrBeast channel is. I mean, for God's sake, you have a fucking trans person in there, and they have, you know, every kind of color and fucking thing you can come up with. I don't know why they're playing this card of, oh, it's only because I'm a woman I got out. Proud of what I achieved. I followed the rules of the game, gave it my all, had fun, and never gave up. They can't take that away from me. This is some pretty damning stuff and situation. I think if you took out the whole, oh yeah, I'm only out because I'm a female things, more people will be inclined to believe you. It's just not a good look, to be completely honest with you guys. It just seems salty, and on top of that, this happened a year or two ago. But damn, I mean, if this turns out to be real and it turns out MrBeast is faking challenges, maybe the little kids would care, but I don't really think anyone else would care. You know, as someone who's watched a lot of MrBeast interviews for tips, advice, and motivation and all of that stuff, it wouldn't make sense to ruin the reputation you've built for the last 4, 5, 6 years as the guy who doesn't fake challenges, as the guy who always keeps it real. Sure, there's some exaggeration on the YouTube videos. We actually need MrBeast to comment on this. We need his response because, once again, this is some pretty serious stuff. A year ago, Quackity talks about getting second place in Creator Clash 3, the videos in English, and confirms he was edited out of the top 3 as well.
So I ended up being in third place. Because they found me. But Lorraine was in that video, and Lorraine was asleep. So I was technically second place. So I was the second place in that video.
And like I said, ever since all of this went down, you know, this went crazy viral. This got like 5 million views, and that's all she's been talking about. I guess she really wants a response from YouTube, which, why would you want YouTube to intervene? The response on Twitter seems to be like everyone's agreeing with her, and there's some people going really far labeling Jimmy as a incel, which that's fucking crazy to me. Like, some people be reaching like I've never seen before. This person says, 100% believe you that Jimmy has a boys club mentality where female creators aren't considered worth content. What? How fucking brain dead do you have to be in order to believe this? People are so fast to be like, oh, you know, this happened, so that means that you hate women or you hate men because of that. Like, as a content creator, there's a million things that could have gone on. As a content creator, this is what I think happened. Maybe the footage wasn't good enough. There's so many things that could affect that, and it could be nothing personal. But you know, if you're a sensitive person, I'm sure you're bound to take it personal. I mean, I would take it personal, to be completely honest with you guys, and I'm not the most sensitive guy out there, because I would feel like, damn, I was here for 24 hours and I barely got, actually I got no time at all. So, you know, fuck MrBeast. So I completely get that as well. No matter who you side with, whether you're like Rosanna, you know, got done dirty and she deserves the best, or MrBeast did nothing wrong and Rosanna just sucked and her reaction sucked. No matter what you pick, you're gonna get shit on. These are two huge content creators whose whole career has been built on, I'm a nice person, I'm a real person, I'm just like you, for real, for real. So when stuff like this happens, it gets messy. It's not the same as if this was fucking Logan Paul and Jimmy. You know, I think everyone would side with Jimmy, but now you got two content creators who are, you know, I guess wholesome, nice, who love to give back. She says this: in the last hour since posting my story, I have received at least 3 other messages from female creators who had similar experiences with MrBeast and those around him. With all due respect, I think if you're focusing on yourself and this is about you, it's not the best idea to be putting stuff like this, because how this opens the door for more people. I'm not saying these people are faking it, by the way, I don't want to sound like that, but there will be people, we've seen it. I mean, the quiet situation, I mean, how many situations do we have to go through for people to be like, wait for the other person to respond? It's not like he's getting exposed for being MrBeast 445 or anything. I get it, but at the same time, people will say anything for attention and for clout, because now you're gonna have everyone be like, MrBeast touched my penis when I was 4 years old and he was 6. So in case you're wondering, well, where do you stand, sensitive? Are you just gonna fancy, are you just gonna fence it like a little bitch and not pick a side? I'm not gonna pick a side, not because I'm a little bitch or because I'm scared of the backlash. I'm not going to pick one because we only have 50% of the story. We don't know what MrBeast has to say yet, and when he does, I'll upload it, okay? Whether that's in a few hours, tomorrow, whenever, I'll talk about it. But taking one side right now is fucking crazy, in my opinion. Like, I think we should be able to wait. But with that said, what do you guys think of the situation? Let me know in the comments below. If you're new, like, share, subscribe. I don't fake my videos.